Welcome back to another video on the Shack Senpai channel, and today we're going to be reviewing Bullet Train. Bullet Train is about this main character, which is played by Brad Pitt. His name is Ladybug, and I think overall this is a fun movie. It's better than anything Marvel's released, at least this year. Last year was pretty good, but anything they've released this year is not as good as Bullet Train, which is funny because Bullet Train has a $90 million budget. In my eyes, that's fucking huge, but for movies, that's pretty fucking small. And for the CGI and the fight scenes and the actors they got, it's a good movie, I can't lie. The main action scenes, like the fight scenes, there's not as many fight scenes as you would think there is. I'd say the movie is more so like a non-serious John Wick. The fight scenes are good when they do happen, and the fight scenes are well filmed. Brad Pitt plays really good, especially during the fight scenes, made like jokes, shit like that. It's funny. Definitely an action comedy, and I think the actors, considering there's not a single actual name here, like there's Brad Pitt's character, Ladybug, which means bad luck in Japanese, I think. I don't know, that's gonna sound fucked up if that's not the right language. But then there's also Lemon and Tangerine, there's the Wolf, there's White Death, there's the Elder, there's the Father. There's no legitimate name, except the son, which is the father's son. He has an actual name, I forgot it, because he's not really a main character, because he's a young child. So of course he's not gonna have a main film. So there's a lot of exposition for you to get to attach to these characters, because you don't know their legitimate names. Like Brad Pitt, there's not really much exposition on him other than he used to be an assassin, he's getting back into the game, and he's starting with this snatch and grab job. But everyone else on the train, well, most of them, also have the same snatch and grab. Yeah, it's great. The characters are really well. I love the exposition. It's quick, especially for the Wolf. The exposition's really quick, but you get why he's on the train. Lemon and Tangerine, you understand why they're there. Ladybug, you understand why he's there, because he wants to get back into the game, at least a little bit. The Prince, God, I fucking... she's a great villain, because you hate her. It's not like a Homelander type of good villain, though. Like, because Homelander, you like him, but you also know he's a fucking dick. But the Prince, she's a great villain. She's a bitch. You hate her, and yeah, you definitely, you hate her, and you kind of hope she fucking dies. And I'm not gonna spoil anything, but you hope she fucking dies, and that's all I'm gonna say, because if I go on any further, I'll fucking spoil it. The actors are good. There's some familiar faces. There's Brad Pitt, obviously. There's a actor from Eternals. This is kind of probably spoiler because he's not in the trailers, but Ryan Reynolds does make a 3-second cameo. There's Kimiko from The Boys. A lot of good fucking actors that have very little screen time. Kimiko's just a snack woman, and she gets kicked out halfway through the movie. She doesn't die, thankfully. Just gets knocked out by the Hornet, which is another fucking name. And everything comes full circle and it comes back to the White Death. And I like the White Death. I wish he had more screen time. One thing I do wish about this movie is that it was more action-based, because there's not as much action as it sold. There's not as much action as I would hope. There's a lot of, like I said, there's a shit ton of exposition. And I personally like the exposition. It explains the characters, it sets up the story, and then there's even more exposition towards the end that gives even more context on how the characters are there on the train and why they're all going after this suitcase. Shit, even the suitcase has its own fucking story. Even the water bottle. There's a water bottle at the end. It has its own fucking story. I mean, it's like a 5-second fucking recap, but it still has a goddamn story. The way this movie was shot, I think, was genius. This is kind of a spoiler, but Lemon, it was Lemon, I remember now, was talking to Ladybug, Brad Pitt's character, and Lemon mentioned that Brad Pitt killed someone. Brad Pitt thought he was talking about fucking someone else. Thought he was talking about completely someone else, and then they instantly panned over to the person they thought that Brad Pitt killed. Or Brad Pitt thought who he was talking about, the Lemon. And Lemon panned the way I'm explaining this is so shit, but it panned over to the guy that he thought Brad Pitt killed. So they're thinking of completely two different people. I wish this very specific thing went further than it did, because if it did, it would have been great. Because like Brad Pitt thinks fucking Lemon knows who he killed, but doesn't. It's honestly insane, because just the filming is really nice. The comedy during the fights is funny, especially during the fight with the Wolf. I think that was the fucking best part, mainly because it was just the Wolf was fucking trying to fight Ladybug, and fucking Brad Pitt's like, I don't even know who you are, while he's getting fucking chucked over a table. It was fucking great. I don't know, it's just stupid comedy like that I like. I know it's not gonna make a sequel purely because it made 30 million on its opening weekend, which is fucking criminal, by the way, because for a $90 million budget, that's fucking insane. They got some good actors, the story's good, the action scenes are good. Obviously not that many action scenes, like I've said. I think overall, this movie's good. I wouldn't say it's top tier. I wouldn't say it's like Nope, not at all. Nope was just on a different level of insanity, and in all honesty, Bullet Train doesn't beat that. I'd say it comes close because this year hasn't been that good for movies, but I'd give it a 7 out of 10. I hope I don't come to regret this rating because I regret my Jurassic World rating, and since I already posted that video, I can't really fucking change it. I do believe that this is a fun watch, and if you haven't watched it and you just enjoy having a good time for no fucking reason, and you just want to see some cool action scenes that has a little bit of comedy and a good story, go check this movie out. There's not anything bad about it, I'd say. The only thing I'd say is bad is the lack of action, but that's also filled out with story and comedy. It balances itself out. I think that's great. I definitely think it should continue. I think this type of shit can continue, like action comedy shit. But yeah, I think this is a great watch. Definitely just go fuck around, go watch it. Anyways, that's the end of the video. I talked about what I want to talk about. This movie's good. Go check it out. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please consider liking. And if you like the rest of my content, please subscribing. Fuck. Anyways, peace.